Hello, YouTube. It's BTM here. Welcome you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. We are live. And like I said in the title, Kaspa is getting ready to bounce, right? It's about that time where it is actually going to start to run up. So let me know what you guys think about that. I got some information to show you, go over some numbers, and look at the charts. And we'll see what you guys think about it as well. But remember, Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Let's freaking go. So yeah, just keep in mind, the Kaspa bounce will start soon. What's up, Texas Crypto? Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for coming back today. Nothing happened over the weekend, so I didn't make any videos. I was expecting that bounce to happen, but it didn't. But you can see here in the chart, RSI is starting to come back up, and we're building some volume. So you can see here at some point, right? Usually it's every 2 months. See if can we go to a month chart? There's a pump every 2 months, and this was up, went down, went down. So this is a month, 2, 3, a pop. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like there's a pop coming, right? I've been telling you guys, be patient. Continue to hold your Kaspa, but we are due for a pump. And one of these videos, this guy's saying it might pump up to 30 cents. And I think he's right. I think there is going to be a serious pump. Thanks, Texas Crypto, for the super chat. But I think there's a pump coming, guys. And I hope I'm right this time. But if we've been looking at the numbers with everything going on, at some point, clearly green, red, red, green is a pattern. Crypto follows a pattern. Green, red, red, green, red, red, green. So it's only a matter of time before this pushes on up. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart. This is not the 4-hour. And here we managed to stay in this 10-cent realm and didn't drop down to 9 cents. So that's good. I mean, it held steady and all this time. This entire time, it's been holding steady above 10 cents. We kind of dipped under 10 cents. Now we're starting to push back up. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. And let me see this. Oh, yeah. See if you can zoom in. There we go. So if you can see here, we look at the chart, you see RSI is starting to come up finally. See, for a while it's been down. And we got a little bit of volume. Well, let me check, see what's going on here. What's going on here? What? All right, we're connected, so I don't know what's going on. So yeah, let me know. Oh, what the? It was like something happening on YouTube, so I want to make sure. You guys can hear me? There any problem there? Well, no, that's weird. I'm having some weird internet problems, but I want to make sure everything is still going on. Okay, looks like we're live. That's weird. Haven't seen that happen before. But yeah, so back to the chart. We are here. Looks like we're at the 10-cent realm. Okay, there we go. And we're holding steady, and we never hit that under 10 cents, so that's a good sign. So let's go to Twitter. So this is Emrus, I guess. Please help me. I have a serious problem with Coinbase app. For some reason, Kaspa's not listed. Please, can you please help? I would like to get this fixed ASAP. Coinbase support. I think that was pretty funny. We got the night marching in with Kaspa, and for some reason, they don't want to list Kaspa. So I think that's weird. But at some point, we'll get on Coinbase. This is Shazam. Bitcoin's going to 100,000 in 2024. Kaspa's going to $1.75 in 2024. I hope it goes higher than $1.25, but I won't be mad at $1.25 either. Stay tuned for Kaspa Media, Kaspa Kas, and Kaspa Currency. So they're setting up a Kaspa Media Twitter channel. So keep an eye out for that as well. This guy is looking at an engine. Took me a while to figure out what this is, but this is a, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. A really big engine. I guess it's supposed to be a 10 valve engine, 10 BPS. Once Kaspa Rust nodes upgrades complete, why would anyone opt for Bitcoin when you could utilize POW, which is proof of work protocol, equivalent security and centralization, but processing transactions at 10 block per second instead of waiting 10 minutes, which would be 1 minute per block. Kaspa meme coins, KRC20 are going to be the only meme coins that by the cycle just support the volume of the network and have some fun. So that'd be crazy if everything went to Kaspa meme coins with all the problems that Ethereum's having, and then the outages on Solana. Kaspa could be a perfect substitute, which would push the Kaspa price crazy, right? It was just a parabolic pump. As the bull run approaches, one question looms over investors: which cryptocurrency will reign supreme? And of this one, looks like Kaspa is leading totally, right? 90% to 3% to 4% to 1%. So this is not even a actual race, right? There's not even a competition here. And I think this guy spelled Deutsch wrong, actually. That's weird. But yeah, Kaspa's pretty much blowing everything out the water. So it's not even a race. I like this. Hold. I should have put this on the thumbnail, but it's pretty cool. Kaspa, Binance, Gate.io, and Coinbase. Continue to hold, right? Hold. Don't give up. We're so close. Kaspa's the Army, better yet the Navy. Shout out to the Air Force. And if Elon Musk ever get it together, the Space Force, Kaspa's going to the moon, baby. Remember, dance with who brought you to the party. Don't forget that. This is Choo Choo Kaspa Bullet Train. Running my node, check out 10 BPS block per second in real time. No other crypto can compare to Kaspa speed, Kaspa's future speed. Wake up, people. The discount on Kaspa will not last. This discount on Kaspa will not last. And he's right. At some point, people are going to get word, and the word's going to spread, and Kaspa's going to take off, guys. Oh. And yes, Texas crypto, that is a spiral chart. And I actually didn't even look at it before. And when I ran it, that looks pretty cool. So shout out to BTC POWERLAW, the Bitcoin Helix. I think that's pretty awesome. So I think Kaspa will be on the same power law as well. So I think that was awesome, actually. This is 66.6 collected so far for CAS-CMF. Daily reminder to donate some you have, and this is the address, and this is the Kaspa Fund trying to help market Kaspa. This is there is no next. There's no next cast. More than 10 years of research, a new breakthrough for crypto world. 10 BPS will wake you up. No need to rush. Leave everything to the experts. We will continue to support and provide encouragement. There no next Kaspa. There's no next. Should be there is. There. Kaspa is Kaspa original version of Satoshi. Okay. But definitely like the concept there. It's pretty cool. With improved cooling, my Raspberry Pi 5 is stable to mere 62 degrees average temperature. The Casper RUD testnet 11 node is running smoothly. You're running the testnet 11 node on a freaking Raspberry Pi? That's actually crazy. He is running on a Raspberry Pi. See, add me in at Raspberry. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I might check that out, actually. This is if Kaspa had market cap of 51.3 billion. One cast will be worth $2.18. I'm for that. Upside of 19x from here. Let it sink in. We are no longer early. Make your plans. Kaspa low risk, high reward. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to pick some more Kaspa up. I don't know what you guys think. Continue to DCA in. This is not financial advice, but definitely DCA in, right? Things are going to bounce. Casper's on the verge of popping like we just saw here in the live trader view, right? Seems like a green candle's here, and we'll leave it on the month chart. Here, a green candle is imminent, right? Crypto repeats itself. It's a pattern, right? uh Green, red, red, green, red, red, and green's already starting. So it's only a matter of time, guys. Back to Twitter. Google knows what's up. Cash is an innovative cryptocurrency from peer-to-peer payments, introducing the revolutionary technology to solve the blockchain trilemma. Upcoming Binance listing in 2024. There's a lot of people talking about it, but I don't actually see it. Potential Binance 2024 Kaspa. Kaspa information about Binance coin to be listed in 2024. But we knew that. We just want to know when. Innovation crypto peer-to-peer, introducing revolutionary technology to solve the blockchain trilemma. Kaspa is already available on other well-known exchanges such as Bybit, KuCoin, Gate.io, Mexi. So Binance is likely to want to participate in the promotion to retain its user base. POWERLAW holding strong. R to nth value is still at 9.495, indicating it is still extremely good fit. Logarithm closing price versus logarithm days since the Genesis block line best fit. And looks like we are still rolling along in the power. So at some point we'll push back up and be above this best line fit. So let me know what you guys think about that. if KASPA does indeed have a power law, isn't it better to hold long term instead of trying to time and sell the bull market top of the current cycle? And yes, if it is continuing to go up, it would be smart to hold it and keep holding it. So KASPA community continues to be inspired, introducing a new book by Mickey Meyer. This book takes readers through the challenges, visions, and innovations of advancing block DAG technology, as well as in-depth interview with hashtag the founder, the Kaspa founder. And the book is available on Amazon, so I might pick that up as well. Let me know if you guys got the book Kaspa from Ghost Tonight Off to Heal the Blockchain Plight. Let me know if you got that. I do have the first book of Kaspa. I was looking to see. It's not over there, so I got to find it. But I do have, actually, just checking real quick. I thought I had it over there. I guess not. So no worries there. I'll have to find it so I can show you. But I do have it somewhere. Just looking around. Anyway, looking around the hub, see if it's here. Kaspa is the only cryptocurrency that makes Satoshi's dream come true. Kaspa Digital Silver. And that was the end of that. So before we get to the numbers, I want to play this real quick. Let's know what this guy's saying.
Sorry for the noise. I'm sitting close to my Kaspa Miners. But let's go straight to it. Solana crashed again. The so-called Ethereum killer just crashed again because it could not handle all the transaction or the volume going to it. That's why I keep telling you guys, the real deal is this guy, Kaspa. Kaspa, ticket symbol KAS. Do your own research. For the short term, I'm telling you, $3 to $5. For the long term, this thing has no limit. Seriously, it's not a financial advice, but for myself, as you can, they call them out there what? Bitcoin Maxi. I am a Casper Maxi. I'm telling you, for the short term, $5. For the longer term, I can see this thing reaching $100 sooner than you thought. You can thank me later.
If it reaches $100, I don't know what I would do. But I'm telling you guys, some people are talking about 20 to 40 cents. Some people are talking about $1 to $3 and $3 to $5. I'm somewhere in the $3 to $5 range. And like he says, I think it's going to hit up to $100 a lot sooner than people think it's hit. So DCAN now while you can, because once it takes off, it's gone, man. It's about to get parabolical out here, right? It's about to run and run. I'm not a moon boy or a Kaspa Maxi, but I've been looking at crypto. Just look at Ethereum and Solana and hell, even Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and Pepe. Once things start running, it gets crazy. And then it's hard to sell. And then you kind of have to hold on to it. And these guys don't have half the tech that Kaspa does, right? Once Kaspa is known with these transaction speeds alone, I'm not talking about all the other stuff, but once the transaction speed is out there and people understand how fast the transactions can happen, it's better than Visa, right? So a lot of these companies that use Visa for processing are going to start using Kaspa, and especially if it's decentralized and secure. And you could, I don't know, buy a pack of cigarettes or beer or books. You can make purchases through the blockchain. This would be the only thing that can possibly facilitate that happening, right? Bitcoin's too slow. Ethereum's fees are fee to death, and Solana doesn't even stay up, right? So, of the big boys, Kaspa is the only one that can hold up to what we need for technology, right? What we need for the actual processing. So let's look at the numbers real quick, and then we got some more videos to look at. Kaspa dashboard, current hash rate is 240.9 petahash. Percent mine is 82.09. Next reduction 29 days to 104. TPS is 1.8. BPS is 1. Kaspa is up 2.8% to 11.08. 24-hour trading volume is 37.7 million. 2.6 billion market cap, so we're still at number 4. And I thought I had the coin ranking in here. Guess I closed it out. I don't know. I've been having some weird stuff happen to my computer. I don't know if it's the guys listening in on us or the letter organizations following me, but something's weird been happening to my computer. So I might have to refresh or get another computer just to make sure things are on the up and up. So market cap is 2.5 billion. Volume is 63.3 million. Volume to caps 2.44. Last hour it's down 0.71. 24 hours it's up 2%. Last 7 days is down 2.86%. Last 30 days 22.28%. Last 90 days it's up 5.9%, and for the year it's up 331. 24-hour range is 10.7 cent as the low and 11.3 cent as the high. So let's see if we can go to coin ranking real quick. Where is the coin ranking? Thanks for stopping through, Texas Crypto. Appreciate the super chat. And we'll be here tomorrow, so no worries. Just come on back around. We'll be here. Deep in the heart of Texas. So what are we looking for? Here we go. Kaspa is 42.45 at 11 cents and 2.6 billion market cap. And looks like a lot of these guys are coming down. So Kaspa did come down for us to pick it up. So when it picks back up, I think we might be able to run back top gainer injective protocol. So yeah, we're kind of down at the moment, but it's coming down for us to pick it up. So don't fret, guys. Hang in there, ladies and gentlemen. Coin market cap has 11.3, up 2.24% in the day. Market cap is up 2.28%. 2.5 billion market cap. 24-hour volume 37.65% up. 37 million market cap. 24-hour low 10.7 cents. High is 11.3 cents. And let's see here. Let's see if we can. Why is CoinGecko not on here? That's weird. CoinGecko. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What's up? LB. Yeah, we saw a quick short about that. About this guy saying it's gonna be here $3 to $5, and it's gonna be at $100 before you know it. It's gonna take off well before you guys know it. Let's see what. Oh yeah, we're looking at CoinGecko here. Here. Just want to see something on CoinGecko because nobody else has this 7-day range. 7-day low is 10.3. 7-day low, and 7-day high is 11.4. And as I said before, we are due for a big pump. Pump is coming. So let's look at this guy. And this is something I was trying to show Texas Crypto. I think he stepped away, LB. Shout out Texas Crypto. Shout out LB Crypto. So this is Red Panda Miner and listen to what he's saying. A lot of interesting jewels in here.
Of Kaspa mining. Give me your thoughts down below. All right, let's turn this thing on. Let's bring it to the test bench area. Okay, so here is the IB-Link BMKS Max in the flesh. This is what the power supply looks like here. Power button. Just doing an inspection around this machine. I don't think it hasn't been opened here. Let's see, output says 3,400 watts. That might be too small for you guys to see there, but that's on the PSU here. There's exhaust fans on the back blowing out this way. There is the top cover here. And I just realized, since this is an IB-Link, I normally remember seeing a like bus bar type of thing on like this side. So it looks like they've improved the cover, I guess the IB-Link BM models. So now that it covers the bus bars, it's not just, you know, opened like, you know, previous IB-Links, which is nice. So there we go. That's just going around here. Ethernet, of course, IP report button, IP set, indicator lights, TF SD card, mini SD card. Okay, let's turn it on. And actually, before I do that, I'm actually running the Lithium AL box here, which I'm gonna have to turn off if we are gonna want to get a good, you know, power consumption reading on 220 volt here. Okay, now I'm gonna plug in the power cable and of course the network cable. I'm gonna be losing some profits from this lithium miner, but that's fine. I think the KS Max here earns about $45 to $50 a day right now. Kaspa is a little bit volatile due to right now the price of Bitcoin has been fluctuating up and down. So profitability and of course the network hash rate continues to climb. So let's plug in the power cable now. And that's gonna go in like this. Okay. All right, that's in. Now I'm gonna turn it on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so you know what? In the meantime, I'm gonna run the AL box on 120 volts, 120 volt power, so I don't lose profits from this thing. Okay, it's on now. All right, so looks like the IB-Link, it's just ramped down, so I'm assuming it's starting to mine now. And it's probably gonna start pulling a lot of power consumption here, over 3,400 watts, waiting for that to go up. But in the meantime, let me go into the computer and let's set up the wallet, which I'm gonna be mining to this Kaspa Tangem wallet, okay? And we are gonna keep track of all that we are mining to this, and I'll give you guys, I don't know, monthly updates regarding the KS Max here. And yeah, so use code R70. Boy, ASIC mine. Always a question, everyone. English here. Of course, you can put a Chinese here. Back to English. But a lot of good stats here, okay? And you can see the temperatures, accepted, rejected shares, hardware errors, all that kind of stuff looks to be pretty good. All right, now I want to show you the rest here, just in case anyone's curious. There's dashboard, shows like serial number, OS, kernel version, software version.
I'm waiting for him to get to the pricing information. I have my video set and then everything restarted, so I'll have to get back to where he was talking about pricing and why these guys would continue to create these miners. Oh yeah, right, here we go. Here we go. I think this is it.
As well, Guntis Vitolins, he's the owner of Mineshop.eu. And so this unit goes for about $12,495 now. I think this thing used to be about $18,000.
$12,000. $12,000. $12,000. To make $40 a day. I think he said return on investment is less than a year. So this thing's making, I don't know, 15, 20,000 or something.
And so looking at the efficiency of a lot of the other ASIC miners out there right now, okay, so the IBLink BMKS Max, just looking at the efficiency, how it stacks up against other models out there. So you guys can see, right, recently the KA box just came out. That's a 0.33 or 33 joules per terahash. Okay, IBLink KS Max is 32-ish joules per terahash. The Wind Miner, which everyone says is bad, don't buy it, is 30 watts per terahash. The, let's see here, going down, the Ice River KS5L was also recently announced, but I don't think anyone can buy it because it's out of stock. It's about 34, 30, 28. I'm getting various numbers here of the Ice River KS5Ls. So it's pretty close. It's pretty close to the KS Max. And then, of course, the big dog Bitmain KS5 Pro does 15 joules per terahash. So about double the efficiency against an IBLink BMKS Max. Okay, but currently this KS Max makes about $50 a day. Or no, sorry, after 10-cent electric, about 41, or the yield, which is most important, is going to be 450 Kaspa. So just going back here, I know I talked about NiceHash. That's just for people that are wanting to mine a NiceHash. It seems to work just fine. I'm going to be mining Kaspa directly and holding it. Now, there are other algorithms here, Bugna, Cedra. You know, these could be a little bit more profitable, but I'm truly only believe in Kaspa, and I'm sure many of you guys do as well. Okay, so this goes into the later half of the video talking about, you know, just the risks in buying one of these things, right? It's very expensive, I'd have to say, right?
So that was the point. That was what I was
Right?
trying
For
to
something that makes currently about $40 a day. So the
video didn't want to pause there. That's what I was trying to get to the profit part. But for some reason, it kept starting and restarting. That was weird. I don't know, man. I think my computer's possessed or something. It's a lot weird stuff going on with the computer. So I'm trying to see here about this Bugna. So give me a second here because I don't see that actually. That's weird. A6. I'm in A6. So where did he find this Bugna at? That's weird. Let me see here. Coins. Let me see. But I'll go back to the video I'm looking for.
ROI time, or break-even time right now, is going to be about less than a year. Okay, at the current price of one of these things, actually, if we're putting the price exactly, 12,600, I guess, refresh that. The ROI break-even time is going to be about 307 days. All right, that's if this thing stays at $41 a day all the way up until the 307th day. Now, we all know that is never going to be the case, as cryptocurrency is very volatile, right? Everyone should understand that as well. Every month, all right, every 30 days, Kaspa has a emission schedule, which is very aggressive, and it's going to go down every month. You can see here about 5.6% decrease in the Kaspa rewards every second. Okay, this is Kaspa per second, not per block. There could be multiple blocks in a second. Just giving that.
So there's no sound on the video, or you can't hear me because yeah, I was muted actually. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So you're saying there's no sound on the video? I don't know what's going on, but he did mention that this is. I was actually looking for that Bugna thing to kind of see what this is, because this is the first time I've heard about it. But let me know if you can hear this video, guys.
Disclaimer there. Okay, so just understand the risk here. The yield that we are seeing today is definitely going to change tomorrow, the next month, the next month, the next month, especially as we have a higher network hash rate here climbing. Kaspa continues to climb in network hash rate, and so we don't know how much more it's going to go up, or how it's going to more it's going to go down. Probably never. It's probably just going to continue to go up. So that's going to increase the difficulty and raise the network hash rate. Okay, so I guess the only belief here, the really positive thing about maybe if you were getting into this, which I'm just going to put it in perspective here. Right now, Kaspa's emission in terms of how much money is out there being mined. It's about $1.1 million a day being spread out across all the KASPA miners. If we look at how much hardware is out there right now, for instance, let's just go to kaspa-pool.org, second top pool. If you go to the top 50 miners here, look at how many. Some of these guys have a lot of hash rate. This guy's 1.34 petahash, 1.18 petahash. This guy's, the next one's 592 terahash. So let's just go to this 1.18 terahash, petahash guy. And look, this guy has KS3, MX3s, I don't know, a bunch of other, probably these are the KS3Ms, maybe a lot of KS3. Oh, these are all KS3Ms. Yeah. Oh, man, this guy has a lot of Ivy Link KS3Ms. He's got...
Yeah, who is this guy with all these KS3? You see this? This is crazy. This guy has like, what, 100 and something miners? And you guys think maybe KASPA's not going to take off? You guys think KASPA's going somewhere? This guy literally has a whole KASPA warehouse of miners, right? This isn't a mom and pop. This isn't me in the garage with a couple miners. This guy has a whole freaking warehouse of KASPA miners. And the question I had too is, what happens when these miners are mined, when the tokens are mined out? Will you still be able to mine this stuff with just for the transactions? Or what happens once all the coins have been mined?
He's got some KS5 Pros here. Looks like they're KS5 20. Yeah, these could be Pros, 20 terahash models. Look at that. He's got 5 of them here. And then, but otherwise, you can see some people have an insane amount of investment into KASPA mining. It just puts it in perspective. These guys believe in KASPA, right? Just looking at, you could just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. These guys' convictions is definitely here, right? This guy's doing, what is this? 857 terahash? Does it show the miner? I thought it showed the miner here. Actually, I was looking for that. Or the numbers of miners. Because after watching this video, I was looking at this myself. And these guys are definitely somebody put a lot of money in KASPA miners.
Anyone can go to this website, kaspa-pool.org, and just look at some of these guys who have invested just millions, I would say over millions of dollars of ASIC miners into KASPA mining. All right. So this is the risk that they are willing to take. And this, I show this because it just really puts it in perspective, the type of money that's out there for some people. Look at this. Some people have a lot of these units, and yeah, they are still mining away, but their current profitability, as the KASPA price could potentially dip lower and lower, they could be making less and less.
So I pulled this up. Let's see. So I pulled this up, right? And he said you could check it out. You can check it out at shout out to Red Panda Miner. Although it's weird because we never seen Red Panda. It's strange, right? All his videos, like one day I went in a rabbit hole. I went down a rabbit hole and I was trying to figure out, is there any videos that has his face on it? I might have looked at, I don't know, 200 or 300 videos, and there's not a single video that shows him. But that's kind of a rabbit hole off the topic a little bit. But look, this guy has 171 miners, right? So if we look here, we're spinning out of control today, but this is just happening. KS3s, I don't know what this is. More KS3s. I'm not sure what this KFSK is. Or maybe these are just different names for the KS3s. Or he has a whole gamut, right? I think he has the most. This guy has 81 machines. This guy has 57. This guy has 9 machines, and he's doing 178 terahash. I don't know what he's using, but whatever he is, this guy probably has the KS5s. Yeah, so this guy probably has the most efficient operation, right? He's only got 9 machines, and he's doing close to what these guys are doing with 30 machines. Well, he's doing more than this guy's doing with 30 machines. 36, 30. Most of these are in the 30s. What the freak? This guy has one machine? What is this machine? What is this machine? What's up, Genuine? This guy, what? What the heck is a Paranam Caspa? What the heck? What is this? Anyway, we're just spinning the rabbit hole, but yeah, this guy has 150. This guy has 81 machines. So the investment in Kaspa, not in ASICs. He doesn't even tell you what these are. He just has ASIC numbers on here. But the investment in Kaspa is well bigger than a lot of people are understanding and willing to admit, right? These guys are doing serious numbers and volume and Kaspa, right? 177 terahash. This guy's making $31 an hour, $300 every 12 hours, $784 every 48 hours, 24 hours, and $5,839 a week. This guy's miners are making more than most people get paid. I only own like 6 KS0 Pros, and I don't know, 20 GPUs. I don't even own any of these KS5s or KS1s or KS2s. So yeah, I'm not even close to what these guys are bringing in. Because Bitcoin did a good video on Kaspa today. What do you mean Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin did a good video on Kaspa today. Okay. But there's definitely a lot of mining going on straight up. Yeah, no. I thought we were watching Rabbit Miner. No, we're watching Red Panda. I think Red Panda is bigger than Rabbit Miner.
But the whole idea here, I guess the crypto mining strategy is to mine and hold. Okay, but it's not like we're in first batch anymore. This is like we're now a year. I think we're almost into a year now in Kaspa mining. All right, ever since I got the KS2 prototype back in May, I was one of the first people to get the KS2, and that thing at the first point it was making like $1,200 a day, like 30,000 to 45,000, 40,000 Kaspa a day, and now KS2s make what? Just to put it in perspective, KS2 makes, let's see here, KS2 makes about $6 a day after 10-cent kilowatt hour.
Oh yeah, man, I watch Panda all the time. Panda ain't joking. Panda's not playing with y'all. His whole garage is miners, and he had another garage. And I used to get him and Hobbyist Miner confused sometimes. Hobbyist Miner has a pretty good collection in Vosscoin, but Vosscoin is not just mining Kaspa. He's mining pretty much everything. And let's see what.
But the yield has
this
gone down
guy,
to 87.
because
all right,
Bitcoin?
factoring in also the Kaspa emission
Never heard of
schedule, which is of course quite aggressive and pretty much does a halving every year. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, Kaspa mining is quite.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. You know, I watch a lot of his videos. So at some point we get rolling, I'm probably gonna increase my miners, or at least get a KS2, 3. Maybe if I get crazy, a 5. But definitely trying to up my ASIC game. I made a pretty good profit with GPUs. I wish I would have kept those Ethereum. I think I had 68 Ethereum that I sold. I wish I would have kept that, because I definitely would have be a lot better place now. Yeah, Vosscoin is pretty cool too. Shout out to Vosscoin and Red Panda. And let's check out who is this guy? Who did you say? Because Bitcoin, while this video is playing.
And now, shout out to Miko Geno. According to this model, we are currently very close to entering the next leg up. The previous 2 cycles have returned. Cycle number 1, 900%. Cycle number 2, 375%. What returns will this next cycle bring? I predict the next move up will be 250 to 300%. And I totally agree with Miko Geno over here. That is definitely possible for KASPA, given the fact of how many bullish catalysts are actually upcoming for KASPA. And of course, on the top of that, Bitcoin potentially is gearing up for the next leg up. So I think 200-300% for KASPA as a next leg up shouldn't be a big problem. But on the top of that, we are all over the world. KASPA coin has unstoppable progress. 224 will be the year of KASPA birth. KRC20, 100 BPS, smart contracts, etc. So guys, things are going serious with KASPA. And now, why KASPA could easily be $10? KASPA is safer and cheaper than Ethereum. And guys, one thing to point out about Ethereum, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Ethereum is bad. Obviously, it's the first altcoin that came out on the market after BTC, and that's the reason why it's so huge, right? However, I do believe that, you know, Ethereum is bullshit. So I will give you one example, and that example is going to be Illuvium, right? So I have a couple of Illuviums on my Tangent wallet, and I was trying to swap my Illuvium for USDT to take out some little profits that I got there. And funny enough is that I will have to pay around $90 of fees because that's...
Yeah, LB Crypto, I'm actually looking at them now. So I'm just letting this play as I'm checking them out. But I don't see the video for today. I seen one live 8 hours ago. So I'm trying to see if that's... Check out Plan K
on Ethereum network. So I'm trying to stay away from Ethereum as far as possible. And why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because potentially KASPA can become our next Ethereum. I mean, the technology will allow KASPA to be next Ethereum. And now it all depends on basically developers, etc. You know, of what...
You know, that's what I was telling people earlier in the video. The KASPA technology will catch up and start to speak for itself, right? There's no reason to worry about it or think that you are done or think that KASPA is done or KASPA is finished. KASPA's just starting, right? Most people don't even know what KASPA is. I talk to people all the time and don't even... people in crypto that are totally unaware of KASPA, right? And think about it. Like I said earlier, if the Ethereum network is feed to death and the Solana network can't stay up, once this KASPA upgrade happens and the testnet 10 rolls out and the 10 BPS happens, plus the smart contracts, plus KRC20, of which you could probably put a mess load of meme coins on the KRC20 token, KASPA is going to be a household name. And at that point, things are going to get parabolic, right? Like this guy mentioned earlier on in the short, KASPA is going to be $3 to $5 before you know it. And when that happens, it's going to push on up and it's going to be over $100, just like Ethereum started creeping up and took off, just like Solana crept up and took off, right? If you're going in a parallel process, right? So Ethereum peaked, right? Then Solana peaked. So what's next to peak? It's got to be KASPA. Yeah. Even without a tier 1 listing, I think KASPA can push up. And I think it's going to push up huge when it is a tier 1 listing. But I don't even think at this point it needs a tier 1. I think it's going to help out drastically, but I don't think it actually needs that. And let me see. Let me get back to this video, see if we can find
going to happen on the network of KASPA. However, I couldn't be more bullish for KASPA. And if you are new, I'm reminding that there's going to be a webinar that is going to happen on the 9th of May, which is pretty much 3 days. That's going to be Jonathan Sompolinski with Mr. Martin. I'm sorry, I cannot really read the surname, but with Mr. Martin, which is head of research at Uphold, and that is going to be targeting institutional money that potentially can flow into KASPA, and that would be great. But anyways, let's have a look at some numbers for KASPA. So current reward is currently sitting at 110 KASPA. Next reward is going to be 104. Next reduction is scheduled in 30 days.
Going into an office, working 50 hours a week, having that structure.
We are currently sitting at 82% mined, and now hash rate is currently sitting at 239 terahash per second, and the highest ever hash rate was 253 terahash per second. But all right, let's have a look at addresses holding over 10,000 Kaspa. So last day we were sitting at 74,220, and as of today we are sitting at 74,310, which gives us 90 new holders. So first of all, let's descending trend line, and once we are going to break that level, as I was mentioning,
and this is Archie Crypto. I don't know if you guys are following him as well, but he did say something interesting I wanted to play.
Kaspa is currently trading at 11 cents as of the time I'm recording this video. It's at $2.6 billion in market cap, and it's currently trading around this kind of support level. You could say between the 9 cents to the kind of 11 cents region, right? We've been trading in that level for a while. I expect us to start seeing a bounce at some point soon. And that next bounce, I think, could take us all the way up to potentially 30 to 40 cents. So I'm going to be.
So, in case you didn't hear it, he said that next bounce could take us up to 30 cents, right? And let's see here. So, green, red, red, green, red, red, red. So at some point every 2 months we get a huge candle, right? Green, red, red, green. See how much bigger that candle is to the first candle? It's two reds, and this was green. Yeah, it's green again, right? So when this starts to run, which will be pretty soon, I'd say at some point in May, that's going to pick up. And he mentioned, oh wow, 30 cents. Oh wow, that's all. Wow, from here. So he's saying we're going to bounce somewhere in here from 20 cent. What are it? 12, 11 cents. What is that? A 20-cent pump? So I'm saying, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's going to be a hard push. But I do think it's going to happen, right? We've been waiting months, and at some point that bounce is going to bounce, right? Casper's going to bounce hard, and a lot of people are fudding it. A lot of people are going to have what did he say? What did he call it? Sad faces and look pretty pathetic, but it's going to bounce, right? It's been holding too long not to bounce, right? The pressure's building. The pressure's building. I think once testnet 11 goes live, which I think it's supposed to do sometime this month, I think the tier one listings, the tier one exchange are waiting for this upgrade. I think a lot of people are waiting for the upgrade to go through. And once it does, we're going to get back to bouncing. That pump's going to happen, and everybody's going to be looking for Kaspa t-shirts and buying Kaspa hats. So remember, Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Kaspa's the Army, better yet the Navy. Shout out to the Air Force. And if Elon Musk ever get it together, the Space Force, Kaspa's going to the moon, baby. The moon. Every 3 or 4 months, it will push to 30. I think you're right, LB.
Essentially outlining my strategy with Kaspa. Now, the title is obviously when should you sell your Kaspa or when should you stop buying Kaspa? But this is really for you to decide. I'm not here to force you into decisions or push you into decisions. I want you to just listen to my perspective and then make your own well-guided decision, right? If you do want help and you do want a support group, a network of people in the same situation where you're looking to take profits on Casper in the next few years, then definitely come over. I'm going to simply okay, I plan to do both, and are going to simply cash out all of their Kaspa at the heights 2024 all the way up till a more pragmatic approach. I'm going to be selling most of my Kaspa this bull run, but I will hold on to a small moon bag for literally 5+ years. I've locked it up in cold storage and I've completely and utterly forgotten about it. I don't even class it as my portfolio, really. I have some Kaspa and some Bitcoin in cold storage, and I am not going to touch them until at least 2030. And then the second point to decide when you should sell your Kaspa is at what point did you enter Casper? Did you buy at less than 1 cent when I was discussing it on YouTube in 2022?
I wish I had bought more then when it was 1 cent. But yeah, Genuine, you're right. Pay off a house. I'm probably want to buy another house or buy 2 more houses. If it does what it say it's gonna do, forget Lambos and Ferraris. I'm trying to get some more property while you can before China buys up all the houses in the US. So just think about it. At the rate China's buying it, I've seen projections where 2035, 2040, you won't even be able to buy a house anymore. All the houses will be leased. So if you were to buy a house or buy a few houses before this housing shortage crisis happens, things will be good.
I didn't buy at 1 cent or less, but I was discussing it, right? I was giving Casper some credit. Or did you buy at 3 cents, like myself, where I maybe bought the vast majority of my bag at 3 cents? Or are you maybe a little bit later and you're buying around 10 to 15 cents as your average? These are all very important pieces of context to determine when the best suited entry point for you may be. Obviously, those who got in a bit earlier, they may be able to cash out earlier as well. Those who got in a bit later, you may be wanting to try and time the top a little bit more. So this type of context is also very important as it sets the kind of ground rules for moving into more complex discussion. So let's just put some numbers to it. These are my Casper holdings roughly. 80% I plan to sell this bull market. Okay. This is obviously still in cold storage, but it's a separate cold storage wallet. I do recommend actually physically separate.
Yeah, LB Crypto. BlackRock's buying up houses through Blackstone. There's a Chinese company that owns already 20% of the US housing market. There's a Canadian company that owns, saw it on 60 Minutes. I think they own 5%, and somebody else owns 3%. So pretty soon, there ain't going to be no more housing market left, right? I saw a Canadian company owns 15% of the starter homes in Atlanta, and they're leasing them out. So crypto, I'm going to use crypto to get me into the real estate game. So one of the things is buy a couple houses, and the other thing is to buy storage facilities. So I'm going to go from the crypto miner to the storage king, or self-storage facility king. And I got another couple of plans I'm working on as well. He thinks that Pyro that came up with Kaspa version of POWERLAW. Check out KNK. I think he's the Pyro that. Really? No, I think I showed a plan. I think I showed what is that? Plan K video before, because I was just looking at it when you said, and there was a few more people on there as well. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A Plan K video.
Separating the Casper from your short term to your long term wallet and having them in completely and utterly different places. That way, you're not tempted to mix them together or sell all of it, or, it's much.
And he's right. I think we should set up, or you should set up, a short term wallet and a long term wallet. And I want to say, I'm probably going to put the long term wallet on the Tangent side and actually leave the long term wallet in the Zelcore and put the short term in Tangent, because I have been playing around with Tangent, and Tangent's actually a lot nicer than I thought it was. I got stuff in Uphold, I got stuff in Tangent, I got stuff in Zelcore, I got stuff in Phantom. I got a whole bunch of wallets with different amounts in them. So I'm thinking moving a lot of it over to Tangent, but I did see, must be Uphold. Maybe it's Tangent. I don't know. Somebody has a holding where you got to hold it charges you if you're using Solana. You got to pay a Solana rent fee. So I was going to move it, and then I waited. Was it tangent or uphold? Must have been tangent. If you have something in your tangent wallet from Solano, there is a rent you need to pay, Solano rent fee. And I was like, at this point, I can't really afford to pay rent, right? I need to keep it somewhere where it is rent free. Oh man, what the fuck? No, I was looking at something else. Transfer some Bitcoin to Tangent to buy AI tech, but for some reason, it didn't buy all the AI tech. Something to do with a fee or a I don't know. Maybe it is. Let me see. Is it Solana? I mean, is it Tangent that you have a fee for Solana? Yeah, it is Tangent. So on your Tangent wallet, you have a network rent fee required. Network Solana network charges rent of Solana at 0.000002439 every 2 days. And at this point, I can't be paying rent, right? So I got to keep it somewhere where it's rent free. I mean, it is a very minimal fee, but I'm greedy, man. I can't be paying no freaking rent fees. But you're right. I mean, 0.00002, what was it? At the price it is, right? We can afford to pay rent. But think about it. If you're renting, why pay rent when you could keep it for free, right? Unless you're trying to sell it. I think Tangent's really good for swapping, but I don't know that I would pay rent on the Solana. Da, 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 da. Wait a minute. Deposit your account with more than to use it for free. What? Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, if it does say here, if you have accounts can afford rents purged from the network, deposit your account with more than 0.000890088 to use it for free. So I didn't actually notice that until now. So yeah, I can definitely get more than 0.0008 Solana. That's not a big deal. So who the heck is putting zero less than 0.8? Wait a minute, less than 0.0008 Solana in your wallet, right? I mean, one Solana is only $100, give or take. 147 actually. Actually, is it 147? Yeah, but one Solana is minimal. Why would you put less than one Solana in the account if you're going to use it, right? I would at least put a 0.5 Solana on there if you're going to deposit into the network. That's weird. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let's get back to the video. Sorry about the rabbit hole we went down.
Much more easy for you to manage. I've tried to do things like this in the past where I say, this is my short-term bag, this is my long-term bag, but they're both in the same wallet and you just end up not sticking to it. So I would say if you can buy maybe 2 Tangems, that is the best route to do. I do have a discount code for Tangem. It's literally just my name, Archie. You can put it in at checkout and save some money. And then 20%, I plan to sell 2030 onwards. Okay. This is my long term bag. I'm not trying to time the market with this. I'm simply holding. If you bought Bitcoin in 2013 and you just simply held it up until this date, you would be in incredible, incredible profits. If you tried to time the peaks and the troughs, you probably wouldn't have made as much money if you simply would have just diamond handed it and held it for the long run. You can say the same about Ethereum in 2016. My point is, pretty much any of the top cryptos, if you held them on a 4, 5, 6, 7 year period, you're bound to be in profits for the good ones. Obviously, some of the worst ones, it's not as guaranteed, but I would consider Casper to be a future top 5 crypto. And for that reason, long-term holding could be very rewarding. I would also like to add timing the peaks and the troughs may seem a lot easier than it actually practically is. Many people believe that crypto is predictable. You've got the 4-year cycle. You simply buy the low and sell the high. Why isn't everyone multimillionaires?
Yeah, that's where people go wrong, right? You're trying to time it, or you're trying to get ready for a peak, and you never know, right? I got burned with the Solana. I sold it and it blew up, right? I got burned with Ethereum. I sold it and it blew up. So my advice is just keep holding it, right? Just DCA in and keep holding it. Keep holding it, or like he says, get a short-term account and a long-term account. I wish I would have had this advice in the last bull run, right? At least I had a long-term account where I had 20% of my bag that I never sold. Right? That 20% of 68 Ethereum, hell, 5 Ethereum at $3,000 a pop would have been pretty nice. I sold the Ethereum $4,500. And if I would have still held it, it would have been close to worth about 190,000, right? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you guys are into or want to set up this long-term bag and a short-term bag, I think that might be one of the best pieces of advice I've seen in all of the YouTube crypto videos I've watched recently.
If it's that easy, everyone would have cashed out at the top in 2021 and everyone would have bought the bottom in 2022. But it simply isn't the case, right? People are emotional and they second guess things, and it just doesn't work out like that. You are very unlikely to time this cryptocurrency market. To add on top of that, how are you sure that the 4-year cycle is going to have long-term validity? This is only a short time window that we're looking at. Bitcoin is a fairly new asset, and altcoins are even newer. The 4-year cycle could be completely out of the window in the next 2 to 3 years. And if that is the case, it's going to be even more unpredictable to time the cryptocurrency market. And that would add that long-term holding is even more of a smarter approach. So I'm just trying to give you guys these kind of thought experiments. I'm not trying to push anything onto you guys too much because I don't want to be like that, but I'm just laying out my mindset, the things that I'm thinking on a day-to-day basis so that you can maybe think in a similar manner, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below if you disagree. And then the beauty of obviously trying to time the bull run top is if you do it successfully, if you manage to maybe 10x your Caspa, 20x your Caspa, 30x your Caspa in the next year or so, you've got a lot more capital to then buy in the dips when it comes back down in the bear market. So let's say that Caspa goes to $3, you make a 30x on your Caspa from now, and let's say you only put in $10,000, you turn your 10,000 into $300,000, you could now buy up all of that Caspa in the lows of the bear market with $300,000 rather than holding your 10,000 all the way up to 300,000 and then maybe all the way back down to 100,000, right? That is how the crypto market works. So if you can accurately time the market to an extent, it's going to be extremely lucrative. So yeah, I plan to do that. Might not be the best for everyone, but I would definitely say, taking profits on the way up, it's relatively easy. Trying to time the exact top is very, very difficult. So a balanced, nuanced approach is the key to success in cryptocurrency. So with my long-term Casper bag, the 20%, which I plan to hold for many years, I am planning to just keep buying this price agnostic. So the title of the video is when should you stop buying Casper? My long-term bag, I'm not going to stop buying it. I'm just going to keep buying all the way up until probably 2030, right? That's my long-term bag. Now, of course, if Casper's on a big red day, I'm going to buy even more. So it's not completely price agnostic, but it's almost price agnostic, right? And then with my short-term bag, again, the majority of my Casper holding.
And as I tell you guys, definitely buy on the red days. Always red days, red days, red days. Continue to DCA in and keep buying.
I plan to stop buying into my short-term bag around 20 to 50 cents for Casper. So that's probably going to be quite soon. Essentially, this year, I'll probably stop buying into my short-term bag, aiming to cash most of that out around $1 to $5 in price. Again, we don't know exactly when it's going to be, but I would expect that to be somewhere in 2025. So hopefully that laid out the question of when should you stop buying Casper. I've had a few people ask me this in the comments of my videos, so I thought this video was a reasonable thing to do to address it. Also, definitely
Shout out to already available. What was that? Already shipped. What are you saying? Already shipped, arriving soon. Yeah, I'm waiting for my Caspa version for my long-term storage. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a good idea. And I think I might get actually another Caspa. I got this tangent, right? But I want to get a Caspa one. And I think it was Red Panda or Voscoin has one as well. So I might pick that up too. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let's shoot over to Jesse AI and see what he's talking about.
Continuing this whipsaw-like motion, now Bitcoin is back to the upside, testing this exact rate, and of course the Russians HODL, which started increasing the price. We can see reminiscence of this exact same key purple trend line and broadening wedge pattern.
They look at Kaspa. I wanted to get this video out, but
prior to lockdowns, it was that purple trend line that played into the top of the 2020.
For some reason, this Jesse AI video is low. So let me go. I want to play this again, right? Just I think a couple people missed it. So let's see what he's just quick, short, real quick.
Sorry for the noise. I'm sitting close to my Kaspa miners, but let's go straight to it. Solana crashed again. The so-called Ethereum killer just crashed again because it could not handle all the transaction or the volume going to it. That's why I keep telling you guys, the real deal is this guy, Kaspa. Kaspa, ticket symbol KAS. Do your own research. For the short term, I'm telling you, $3 to $5. For the long term, this thing has no limit. Seriously, it's not a financial advice, but for myself, as you can, they call them out there what? Bitcoin Maxi. I am a Kaspa Maxi. I'm telling you, for the short term, $5. For the longer term, I can see this thing reaching $100 sooner than you thought. You can thank me later. Sorry for the noise. I'm sitting close.
Mess with Crypto Blocks. Crypto Blocks has been here since the beginning, and he does really good technical analysis. Kind of breaks it down. So I'll play this real quick, and then I guess we can go back to Jesse AI.
because got some stuff happening here. Okay, we got
But yeah, Jesse AI is kind of low, so let's keep this one rolling. And you're right, General. Solana network is
Kaspa
bad,
looking
right? Can't even
fairly
stay up.
bullish here. All right, we're winding up in this wedge. Going to show you a few things that are getting me pretty pumped up here. All right, I posted this in Discord a little bit ago. Keep an eye on this thing. All right, we're going to dig in here in a second here. All right, over here in Bitcoin, we talked about a few things the other day on. Looks like this ended up playing out just like this here. Let me show you. Let's cover this because it looks like Bitcoin could possibly have bottomed here. You had your 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 5 wave down right there. All right, we were looking for a possible 5 wave in here and a rejection up in this area right through here. Let me mark this out for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Right up in this area here. All right, ended up breaking out of this white resistance line right here, and right now we're getting a back test. Okay, if you look at
Shout out to LB Crypto. Thanks for the message there. Yeah, Crypto Blocks is pretty cool. He's pretty interesting in his
Watch for it to
well.
hold support here. Right, if you come out at 12-hour, you don't want to see it lose. You know, you can see it fairly bouncing right now, getting a bounce off that support area, but right through here, it should hold up. You know, right through this area here, 62.7, somewhere around there. Okay, if we zoom in here, that looks like a fairly good support area. Where it's bouncing from is the one right up here at 62, roughly 62.9. You know, that could be a very good area for it to hold there. You don't want to see it. The point is, you don't want to see it lose this this breakout area that it just got through. So very normal. Come up, retest, and bounce from here. You know, and if possible, you know, if you got a 5 wave up here.
So you don't like Crypto Blocks? I unsubscribe. Crypto Blocks full of crap with TA. You just said you like Crypto Blocks. What are you talking about, LB? So if that's the case, I guess we'll go back to Jesse and see what he's conspiracist is talking about.
This is origin trend lines, just some basics, and we're going to get into some fine details of the KASPA origin trend line Fibonacci pitch charts, so we can get an exact timing of when we're going to enter into a high leverage trade on KASPA. First, let's address the elephant in the room, which is how is Powell actually going to be able to cut interest rates with inflation so high? How can the FOMC be borrowing money that they can actually just print out of thin air in the first place? The entire concept is complete nonsense. And we're about to watch a clip from a congressional hearing that's proving the numbers that Powell's been receiving that are helping him decide on whether to cut rates or not are in fact actually more inaccurate than they've ever been historically in the past, proving that Powell's going to do whatever he wants. It's an election year.
Job estimates from the Bureau of Labor Statistics are consistently false. Financial media outlets have reported the numbers are repeatedly false. Why should we continue to fund the Bureau of Labor Statistics when it's clearly not fulfilling its duties?
The Bureau of Labor Statistics puts out the most reliable data about our workforce, about unemployment, about job growth in industries that there is.
Okay,
Now-
never to this level have the numbers been so inaccurate. So
Well,
who is responsible for this, and has anybody been held accountable?
For everyone who's investing in crypto, this is great.
Yeah, I don't know what's up, and I've told him several times to turn the volume up. So I don't know. He did mention something about he was setting up a new stage, or it was a temporary stage or something. I don't know why his volume is jump down the rabbit hole. Oh yeah, no, he definitely leads you astray. But I just want to see if there's anything interesting there before we go back to Plan K.
Charts, there are two massive trend lines that are coming to an apex this week. As we jump into the KASPA chart, for everyone who's new to origin trendline Fibonacci pitches, this chart might look very busy. In fact, it's extremely simple. Keep in mind, this is just two trend lines and they're correlating Fibonacci pitches. As we can see, we have our resistance or our downward trend, the x-axis, and our support or y-axis. Now, notice the support follows the bottom of the cup and the handle so nicely. And when we line a Fibonacci pitch on it, we actually had this exact setup ever since the handle was formed back here in late summer, early fall. We have this beautiful Fibonacci pitch that was pre-set up to catch the top of the November and then the preceding December, February breakout. That entire y-axis support actually originated way back here in November of 2022. And when we clone that, it fits in so nicely. But what we're dealing with primarily here is the x-axis or the resistance trend lines. And we can see these repeat over and over again, starting after the April breakout to the handle of the cup to the November breakout. And we're in the exact same downward spiral as we were previously. Now, a great way to correlate these x-axis resistance trend lines is with the Fibonacci pitch. And we can go all the way back here to April and actually parallel every single divot and line a Fibonacci pitch up that catches the handle of the cup as well. It's almost a magical, unbelievably accurate charting method. And of course, inside our Patreon group, we have full libraries explaining this charting method and correlating it with your classic charting, your falling wedge, your ascending triangle, your cup and handle, head and shoulders, etc. The key point to charting the breakout and preparing for the leverage trade is acknowledging when the y-axis support trend lines based on this Fibonacci pitch are going to start taking control and having influence over the candle. And we've had a very clear descent downward without any of these trend lines really holding on to the candle very much. We had
Yeah, I don't know that I really follow his analysis or the. I'm not even really a big believer in technical analysis because you never know, right? Some things happen and then the analysis, yeah, right. Exactly what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to follow the analysis, and I'm not even sure if these guys are even right most of the time. A lot of times the analysis works and there's no price pump, right? I think just like you said, Junewon, buy it and hold it.
The candle seems to be stopping there. We just have some wicks shooting into the beginning of this teal zone here, this gray zone that's going to start taking over control of the Kaspa candle. And of course, we're going to break to the top side of the x-axis resistance line. Following the gray pitch upward, will be intersecting with the end of the gravitational field. This is the farthest distance that the candle's been away from this downward trend. Putting all the data that we harvested off of our origin trend line chart, we can see that Kaspa at the latest will start to break to the upside around June 1st. Now we can parallel this with our fundamental research. We know on the 15th, the next FOMC meeting is coming, and the weeks before that, more numbers.
So again, this supports our theory here, guys. Green, red, red, green, red, red, green. He said June. So sometime between May and June, or May and July. At some point, Kaspa is due for a massive green candle, right? It doesn't take 2 hours of technical analysis to look at the chart here. It's very simple. I'm an analyst. I've been looking at numbers for a long time. I was a data architect and a solution engineer. Give me the bullish news. I'm good. And I'm sure at some point, just simple put, man, it's not rocket science, right? It's right here in front of us. All we got to do is to DCA in and hold and wait for the pump, right? So let's see what this guy, I think this is the last one. We're going to shut it down. Let's see what this Plan K is talking about.
Hello and welcome back to followers of the Kaspa area monetary technology. If you don't know what the trilemma is a problem in cryptocurrency where no asset has been able to have all three of the following properties: decentralization, security, and scalability. Every single project out there consensus on one of these aspects. Bitcoin is fully decentralized and fully secure, but it's not scalable. And we saw this pretty recently, actually, after the halving, where the average transaction fee to send Bitcoin from one wallet to another was around $250. So it's on the base layer not usable at all for the average person who wants to invest in cryptocurrency and use their cryptocurrency as a form of money. Many other projects have increased the scalability, but most of the time they do this by reducing the decentralization and decreasing the number of nodes that control the ledger. However, Kaspa has come along and it's managed to maintain all three of these properties. So first of all, we're going to have to kind of get into Bitcoin.
Hold up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I don't know what happened tonight, but Twitter is blowing out the frame. I got 303 users watching on Twitter. I usually never have above 50. So shout out to Twitter. I wish the Twitter guys can comment, right? I got 293, right? I'm not even gonna front straight up. 306 people watching on Twitter, right? That's the most I've ever had coming through Twitter. So thanks for shouting out BTM. And thanks for joining, like, sharing, and subscribing. Let's get back to this video and see what's going on. Who is this? Where? Yeah, right here.
Bitcoin and some
So big
blockchain
shout out to the
theories.
Twitter family.
Bitcoin uses a blockchain, which is essentially just a linear ordering of blocks, one after another, and you can never have any sort of parallel blocks. Casper uses a directed acyclic graph, which looks more like a web or a sort of cloud of blocks, where many blocks reference many other blocks, and it doesn't have to be a linear process. So Bitcoin follows something called the longest chain rule. And what that essentially means is it's the process of how the nodes agree on the most valid chain of the ledger. And this is because the longest chain is the chain that has had the most proof of work put into it and had the most work used to create the chain. And what this means is that you can't go back to a block, say, that was produced 10 hours ago and try and put a block onto that block, because all of the nodes are going to contain and store a version of chain that is.
Yeah, I think this thing is broken. It's saying 331 Twitter users. I'm not sure what's going on the Twitter side, but thanks for supporting BTM. Let's go. And Kaspa, let's pump. Come on, you can do it. Hold up. Kaspa's the Army, better yet the Navy. Shout out to the Air Force. And if Elon Musk ever get it together, the Space Force, Kaspa's going to the moon, baby.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Many blocks on top of that block that was 10 hours ago, so you're not able to change the history of the ledger. This occasionally leads to something called orphaned blocks, which are these blocks you see here in orange. Most of the time, these are both honest blocks, so they're just blocks that are honest and contain valid transactions that two different miners have been working on at the same time, and purely the nodes pick up on one of these blocks before the other honest block, and therefore have to discard the honest block. This is generally for three reasons: network latency, so nodes literally just receiving one block earlier or faster than the other block; competing blocks, so you do have blocks competing to be part of the chain, and occasionally you'll have a chain reorganization where nodes will sort of update the validity of the ledger and reorganize the last block that was in the ledger. So as we know, Bitcoin has a scalability issue. There have been a number of attempts to resolve this issue. So Bitcoin has a hard-coded value of 10 minutes per block and 1 megabyte per block. So two solutions that have been proposed to this is to increase the speed that blocks are created, or to increase the block size. So for example, Litecoin produces one block every 2.5 minutes instead of every 10 minutes, and Bitcoin Cash proposes to up the block data.
I'm going to come back to this.
Is the reason why I've canceled my
I can barely hear this guy.
This brand new
Let's see what this
mini
guy's
Wi-Fi
talking
camera
about here on Freeman Finance. Talking about Kaspa being listed
Kaspa
on
becoming a
Binance.
Binance sooner than we think. Well, I do know one thing. Once Kaspa goes on Binance or Coinbase, the other one will follow suit. But it is very, very easy for us to lose convictions in our favorite projects when the price is low or stagnant, guys. Remember, Kaspa through a bear market went from a penny to almost 17 cents. Now, as we're heating up for the bull run, the price is down to 11 cents. And I'm here to remind you that this project is the same project you were bullish about at 17 or 18 cents. It is just cheaper now. The Rust migration is happening. It's at 20%, and it will continue to develop.
Yeah, this what is this? Yeah, Freeman just posted. You're right. You know, you were saying I'm showing you old videos, so I'm trying to step it up. but I'm not sure if it's me or him, but there's something glitchy happening with this video because he's not even keep
Guys,
spinning,
in this
right?
video, we're going to go over what will it take to get a potential Binance or Coinbase listing. How is the overall activity on the Kaspa chain, and is it still healthy? What's the recent price action look like, and more. But first, I want to welcome you all back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes sense, guys. I'm grateful for every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. And if you are not a subscriber, please pause the video, hit subscribe, and welcome to the Freeman in Finance family. So, guys, like I said, Kaspa is the same Kaspa it's always been. It hasn't changed. The founders have not changed. The team has not changed. This is still the same fastest open source, decentralized, fully
Yeah, I don't know who this Freeman guy is, but he sounds pretty cool. What do you guys think?
scalable layer one
And he's talking my language. Anything Caspa, 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 I'm with.
in the world. It still has a block time of 1 second, increasing to 10 and eventually 32 and potentially 100 blocks per second. It's still proof of work. This did not move to proof of stake. This is still fair launch. There was not just a large allocation given to Binance or Coinbase, guys. This is the same project, yet we are at a price of 11 cents. Okay. Do not lose conviction. I'm not losing conviction, but even myself, I have to be reminded by myself and other peers what the projects truly are, guys. If we take a look at this, let's go to TradingView and get on the daily chart as we are. You can see here in January, well, let's just go back a year. Let's make it a year, guys. So in May of 2023, we were at about 1 penny, 2 pennies, guys. And we have done all of this in a year. If this was zooming out looking in 2 or 3 years, you would say, oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful chart. And I'll show you some more data in just a second.
Text LB Crypto. Anybody talking good about Caspa was cool with me, right? I'm a Caspa Maxi, and we are Caspa Army. Didn't you play Caspa Silver's channel? I did, but I didn't really see a lot. I actually checked him today, and I do look a lot of his videos, but currently or today, I didn't really see anything, right? Let's double check that to be for sure, but I didn't see any video earlier. No, I like Caspa Silver. I used to be on his channel a lot early on. You know, when he first started, before he got the what is it? Before he started featuring the what is that? The video where before he had a picture, and I was like, yeah, to get monetized, you got to put your picture up there. So that's when. Yeah, see, there's no videos today, right? 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I didn't see anything from him recently. But yeah, shout out to Casper Silver. That's my man there. Casper Silver is keeping us on track. And definitely from the technical point of view, any announcement that comes through Casper, I check Casper Silver. If Silver's not talking about it, it ain't an announcement. So big shout out to Casper Silver and the rest of the Kaspa YouTubers. Let's get back to this guy, this Freeman Finance.
But you can see this move right here went from 5 cents up to 15 cents and dropped down to 10 cents. Okay. So it had about a third.
I don't know if I can agree with that, but I ain't mad at you. Casper Silver's the president. I can definitely be the VP. Hey, there's no shame in my game, bro, because Casper Silver putting work in. And Casper Silver is deep into the what is that? The Discord. So he gets a lot of information. And I would say if Casper Silver didn't say it, it ain't legit. I don't care who it is.
33% decrease in price. This move went from 10 cents to 19 cents, and it's now at 11 cents. Okay. So that is more of a decrease in price, but this is still extremely bullish when I look at it, guys. And we've got to remember that this Kaspa is still following the power law.
Tired of waiting months to get the team you need? Build a flexible workforce with Upwork. Upwork gives us access to over 10,000 skill sets.
KASPA and Bitcoin are the only two tokens to follow the POWERLAW since Genesis. And you can see this is when the first KASPA was mined, and it is treading this POWERLAW perfectly. And until it deviates far from this, I'm going to continue to believe in this theory. But guys, what you all came here for, a potential Binance listing. This is from Binance Square on Binance.com. KASPA is an innovative cryptocurrency for peer-to-peer payments, introducing revolutionary technology to solve the blockchain trilemma. It did solve the blockchain trilemma. It's secure, scalable, cheap, fast, everything. KASPA has absolutely everything we would want, and it's still at an infancy, guys. We have to remember that. We do not even have smart contracts yet, but it is coming. Stable coins on KASPA are coming. For mere pennies on the $100,000 transactions, we will be able to move stable coins at the speed of light. This will be revolutionary for crypto, and this will cause mass adoption. But we're not even on Binance yet. So what is Binance and Coinbase waiting for? Well, let me tell you, this was a fair launch project, guys. When most tokens are launched, what happens is a large allocation of it will be given to exchanges. You can even see this in their roadmap or in their token allocation. Sometimes it's called advertisement. Sometimes they actually say for decentralized or centralized exchanges. But that's free capital and therefore incentive for these companies to put it up on their exchange. Okay. Well, what is KASPA and Binance having to do? They're having to do exactly what you're doing, exactly what I've been doing. They are having to buy it. And when they buy it, there is no sense if they were buying all at this time for 10, 11, 12 cents, and then they've been buying on the way down, there is zero incentive for them to list it at 11 cents. They want to list it once it's shot up about 50%, launch it, and then all the normal mass people that have been waiting, especially in the United States, because it's not on any tier 1 exchange here.
Dang, why CG got to be the janitor? You guys hate CG, huh? But I can understand that. But I don't want to hold you guys too long. Plus the playoffs is coming on. Thanks for your support. Thanks for joining the channel. Thanks for supporting BTM. And I got to let you guys go. I'm actually late for another meeting. So thanks for the support. And remember, Casper's the Army, better yet the Navy. Shout out to the Air Force. And if Elon Musk ever get it together, the Space Force, Casper's going to the moon, baby. Going to the moon. They're waiting for all updates to complete. Yes, they are. And when they do, it's going parabolic, guys. Remember where you heard it first, BTM. But thanks for joining, and I'll let you guys get back to it. And peace out. Peace and hair grease. And let's get back to the money, guys. Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Let's freaking go, guys. Remember, dance with who brought you to the party. Don't forget that. All right, guys. Peace out, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Oh, man.